Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Swenson. I'm running a YouTube channel about autism and the autism spectrum, life on it, my experience on it, my life on it, things like that. And today I wanted to come to you and share 5 tips, 5 little exercises, 5 techniques that I try to use every day to help me cope, to help me live in my body, to help me connect to myself, to other people, and to the world. So the first one is to try to feel like other people's faces could be my face. And that's a bit of a weird thing, but let me explain what I mean. It's like I look at someone's face over there, and as an autistic person, one of the things I often experience is that the face is fragmented. It feels like I can see their nose, I can see their eyes, but it's almost like it's a jumbled, dissociated kind of mosaic. But what I end up doing is that really helps to say, what if their nose was my nose? What if I had their nose? What if I felt their nose as if it were my nose? Imagine what it would feel like in my body to have their nose, and then try to feel their ear like it were my ear, and then try to feel their little finger as if it was my little finger, and then slowly, bit by bit, I start to feel the entire sensation of their body within my body. And this builds up what we have a deficit with in autism, the experience of embodied empathy, the experience of having a mirroring relationship, of having mirror neurons. And it feels really good. You can get to a point where you feel as if you're feeling, for instance, the brush of someone's hair against their neck, even if it's their hair. You feel like a mirroring sensation. And I think this is a really good thing to develop because it connects me socially, and it can connect you socially with other people. The other thing I do is I try to look at the background of something and the foreground of something at the same time, or if not at the same time, to try and look at the edge where they meet. So if, say, this were a TV, this is a chalkboard, it's not a TV. Actually, I'll draw this for you. So let's say that this is a TV, right? I'm not a very good artist. But if I were doing this exercise, I wouldn't just look at the TV right here, and I wouldn't just look at the background. I try to focus on the space between the TV and the background. And by doing that, what I do is I build an awareness of a bigger space that is both part and whole. I see the part, and I see the whole, and I see the part in the context of the whole. I made a video earlier on my YouTube channel that describes how autistic people can only see wholes. I think it's also true, it's just as true, and it means the same thing to say that we only see parts. What that means is that we don't see parts in the context of wholes. We tend to see just an all-at-onceness. But what this does is it trains us to see the part in the context of the whole. And then I can see not just what's on the TV, but the TV in the room. I can see not just someone's face or their nose, but the nose in the context of the face in the context of the room they're standing in. It builds an awareness of context. And one thing that's true about autism is that autism tends to be context blind. Another thing I do is I try to take hot and cold showers. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is that I have a kind of a shower bath thing, right? And what I'll do is I'll fill up, for instance, the tub about a third of the way with cold water, like as cold as I can get it. Then I'll lie down in the water, and then I'll turn the shower head on and angle it so it doesn't hit my face, and then turn it on hot water. So there's enough cold water that I'm submerged in it, but also hot water streaming onto me, and so I kind of get this contrast between hot and cold that really helps me feel my body in a really pleasant, wonderful way, unlike almost anything else. Because of that contrast between hot and cold water starting to feel hot, hot water next to cold water, I somehow have an awareness of my body that is wonderful, that feels grounding, that feels amazing. Another thing, and this is the 4th tip that you can do, The third one was that hot and cold shower one, is to do this. Literally do this. Put your hands behind your head and look to the side. Like, don't move your head, look to the side, and do this for about 30 seconds. Try to do it with me. Look with 30 seconds, and for most people, see, I just did it. After about 30 seconds, you're going to sigh, swallow, or yawn. Feel a bit insecure because it's timing me. But what that'll do is that stimulates your vagus nerve. And one thing that's true about autism in general is that we have low vagal tone. And so what the vagus nerve does is it is what regulates how quickly we can switch between a aroused state, a frightened state, an anxious state, and a relaxed state. It's the difference between fight or flight and rest and digest. The reason, I would argue, why many autistic people have digestion issues, the reason why we're so tense in our bodies, many of us is at least related to the vagus nerve. Many of us will have very tight neck muscles and shoulder muscles, and there are people who, by using vagus nerve techniques, have really reduced their autism symptoms. And that's one of them. This is a vagus nerve technique. What it'll do is it'll soften your neck muscles, and it'll get you into the space of peace and embodiment. It'll make you feel more present, and it will make you feel more embodied. There are other exercises you can do. You can look them up on YouTube. But another exercise I do, and this is the fifth one, is I will either in the shower with a pulse shower head, or just out of the shower and just with my hand. What I'll do is I'll tap my body in certain spots, and I'll say, "This is my shoulder. This is the shoulder of my body. This is my body." And then I'll do it on my chest. "This is my chest. This is the chest of my body. This is my body." And I'll do it again with my shoulder. "This is my shoulder. This is the shoulder of my body. This is my body." And I'll do it on my chin. "This is my chin. This is the chin of my body. This is my body." And do that for every part of my body until I get the sense that instead of my body being a burden I'm carrying around of different parts, it is a unified whole blanket that I'm snug in. And this is what that exercise will do. If you do it for 15 minutes every day, it will really help feeling like you are yourself. Not like you're watching yourself, but like you are yourself. It will bring you back into your body and will help you feel present, feel integrated, and feel whole. And together, what all of these 5 things do is that it integrates you. When you feel other people's faces as your own, you start to feel like, "Oh wait, I'm part of the same whole that you're a part of." When I look at the background and the foreground at the same time, I'm like, "Oh, this is the bigger context." Hot and cold showers, you have that contrast. It helps you feel your body. You do that with the vagus nerve, and then when you do the tapping, or you can do it with a pulse shower head. And so those are my 5 tips for people with autism to help you feel present, to help you feel calm, to help you manage, to help you feel like you are yourself, like you're in your body. Thank you.